Oh my god, 1440p. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Standard weekly settings. I haven't played Prime 2 in a hot minute, so I've streamed since I did Prime 4, so there we go. Figured Prime 2 would be a good comforting way to get people back into the swing of things. Yo, blue suit. Let's go. I mostly agree with that, Brawler. I think the lows are pretty bad, but Temple Access Family, wow. Okay, this is 10.3.2, so we should have the... I'm not sure exactly what's changed for echoes, but we try not to forget this hint. Why is helmet on? Why are all my settings changed? What? I just realized, what the fuck is this? This is ridiculous. I have to turn off fucking Rumble. Oh, it's because I did it on my other account. That's why. Oh, hold on. I need to do one more thing. Sorry, y'all. Display. There we go. All right, we're doing blue HUD today. Sorry, folks. I mean, blue HUD looks good. It's fine. It's the prime HUD color. I'd say you're stubborn. I respect the effort, but my god, it's slow. It's like twice as slow.
Hey, look, it's BashPrime.
Yo, Presto, thank you for the 46th month. That's almost 4 years. Holy shit. Hold on. I have not forgotten the prediction. I just forgot to actually start it. All right, truthers, deniers, get your shit in here. Will the desert stained glass window be my friend or my foe today? The Silux fight's a fucking banger. Like, it's not that mechanically interesting of a fight, I would say, except for maybe fight 2. But like, it is anime coded, so I'll take that. I'm not sure how many people have come in here through the uptick in the views for the Grand Abyss video. A pleasant surprise I got was that I got like a whole bunch of new viewers for that video because Prime 4 was hitting the algorithm. So I think I was at around 27,000 views when Prime 4 came out, and now that video is sitting at like almost 65,000, I think. I have to double check it, but I'm very grateful that I have a new influx of xenophobic and bigoted fucking people telling me that they didn't like the flag, the pride flag on my shelf. And then there was a commenter that replied saying that they're afraid of bookshelves, which is the funniest fucking thing. Okay, screw attack early. That's probably going to put a missile launcher here in assembly site, if I were to guess. Look at me, I didn't even type in my hint. Good job, me. Okay, that is power bombs, okay. I will take that. I'm BashPrime. I'm BashPrime. I can't remember if I have required mains on for this. I don't think I do. Okay, I'm an idiot. I forgot about this cutscene. Okay. No idea, Presto. I'm not the one that decides that. I know that the models have been extracted from, I think, the Switch 1 version of the game. So someone was sharing like Mackenzie and one of Samus's suit models from the game. But, I mean, the game's only been out for a month. I don't think it's been... I think there's a lot of reverse engineering that needs to be done, and more importantly, more motivated people. I changed it. It's Shut Up Mackenzie now. Sorry to gaslight you, our gamer. That is my bad. Shit. Still got it, baby. Still got it. Okay, I need to go to... I mean, the smart play would be to just go straight to GFMC. Okay, that's a good start. And it's also blue. Let's go. Oh, you know what? I think because I have 2 Windows accounts on this PC. I have one specifically to like more isolate my stream stuff. So I don't want my okay, let's see this fucking jet. I go on the Gunner sites on one account, okay, and then I go on the regular sites on this account. So y'all can't find out of which of me like accidentally opening a sketchy browser tab or something. I'm kind of terrified, actually. No, that's an unrelated thing. Actually, I'll maybe talk about that some other time. But I owe you 2 E's. Oh, you know what? Let's go to Wind Chamber Gateway. I'm pretty sure this means go to Wind Chamber. Tracker's not updating? Give me just a second. Oh, you know what? I wonder if... Okay. Let me figure this out real quick. I think the IP on my Wii changed. I will need to update that accordingly. Sorry, folks. Here's an E for your trouble. Attach devices. What's the IP of my Wii now? There's the NAS. There's that. Oh, that's weird. It's not even showing up. That is extremely weird. So I opened Randomizer Nintendo, but all right. Well, I will deal with that accordingly. Let me hit up a save station first, and I'll get that fixed. Missile expansion. I might get that actually. I actually really like the first visit to Fault Forge, but it's it does get a bit repetitive on like future playthroughs. I thought it was fun at least, but it's just shocking, like, man, that the leadership, which I'm assuming had final say. You're fucking kidding me, dude. Are you serious? Okay, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm still baffled that we have the worst endgame fetch quest of all time. Like, it makes the Sky Temple keys and Chosen artifacts look good with the green crystals. They provide way too much padding. I'll take that. Can I get another one? It's just kind of shocking. I don't know how else to say it. It's cringe. You need to get a certain amount to beat the game. Getting the memory fruit is a win condition. This will be spoiler territory for those of you that have not seen or played through the game. So there are 2 win conditions the game gives you pretty early on. The first one is getting the teleporter keys, which are like the dungeon, like end of dungeon rewards. But then there's another thing where it's like, hey, we want our legacy to be preserved. Please grow the memory fruit with these green crystals. And that is 100% required to beat the game. It's not an optional thing. And then the third thing is a late game fetch quest that thankfully isn't that long, but it's still another thing, which is baffling considering the amount of other shit you have to do. And it's to get into Chrono Tower, which is the final area, to break the shield surrounding it, you have to repair this Galactic Federation mech, and there are, I believe, 6 parts scattered throughout Viros. So all 3 of those are win conditions that need to be met to finish the game. But like, in addition to the desert, I mean, the desert's just big and empty, and there's like nothing to do outside of the Galfed stuff, and it's just atmospherically, the desert's fine, but there's like little to no like, I don't think the mechanical relationship it has with the player is compelling. As much as I dislike going back, I should have gotten missiles in Wind Chamber. As much as I dislike all the backtracking through Magmore Caverns, it's at least short and has interesting enough level design. Same with like Temple Grounds, although Temple Grounds you don't really need to backtrack through that much. Like, there was something else that came to mind for me like this morning or yesterday, and I can't remember for the life of me what it was. About like a hub area or whatever. Of course it's I mean, like, here's the other thing, like, so each of the like biomes are pretty linear, and some people don't like that. Really, I think, okay, that's funny. For me, it's that it's just not really disguised. It's the rails are more visible for a series that has always been linear. Like Prime 2, the Prime games are linear games. Almost every Metroid game is a linear game. Even Super Metroid is pretty linear. Maybe the order of items you might get differs because of what you can sequence break, right? But there's still a general set progression path of items. It's gonna be green key, isn't it? It is. It is light suit. Okay. Hold, chat. Hold. I could get that right now, actually. Do I get that? Do I just get that, chat? Oh, I don't have missiles. I don't have missiles, dude. God. I'll take that. All right, let me go fix the router issue, or the connection issue. We'll fix the tracker, chat. I think the IP on the Wii changed, and I didn't pay attention to that. Do I have... Okay, I don't. I'll need to restart entirely. All right, got light suit. Mining Plaza. Interesting. Very interesting. It's the same IP, dude. What the fuck? Hello? It's ridiculous, dude. This is actually shocking. Is it my Randovania version? Like, I did technically gen this on 10.3.2 on my other account because I was lazy. Oh, no, there we go. There we go. Randovania just disagreed, or my homebrew didn't connect. Okay, where was I? Yeah, so the levels look cool. There are some cool and compelling sections of going through each of the biomes, but they're just way too fucking linear. Like, even by Prime standards, they're really linear. And so it makes replaying it, since the story really isn't all that compelling, it makes replaying it kind of a chore, and I just don't like that. Like, the exploration's pretty uninteresting. Like, I think Fury Green and Volt Forge are like the close. Well, Volt Forge is pretty linear. What's up, Maori? How you doing? Fury Green, I thought was like had some thought put into it, but then it's like, oh no, you're just going back to base camp. Like, getting a little heavy on the emotes there, Maori. Welcome to the stream. Fucking video game. Okay, actually, Prime 4 is better than this game because in that game, the missiles go faster and hit their targets, whereas this game decides to take its sweet-ass time with what it wants me to do. Someone high up who seemed to require the desert as an open world area up until the very end. And that's not, I've heard that's something that was in place since when the other studio, I don't know if it was ever confirmed to be Bandai Namco Singapore. I know it's like heavily rumored to be that, but love the lock-on mechanic so much. Fuck, where was I? My attention span is so bad right now. Yeah, power bomb, it's good. I mean, Breath of the Wild, I have my issues with that in Tears of the Kingdom. Namely that, like, there's like not really a sense of progression beyond the shrines, since the items you actually get in that game are relegated mainly to do I just immediately have Sand Canyon access? That's wild. I need a power bomb though. Fuck, what was I, where was I going with the biome thing? Like, Prime 3 kind of has this issue too, which is why I actually am not like a huge fan of the randomizer for it, in that most of its segments are pretty like distilled linear hallways. But to Prime 3's credit, it at least has shortcuts for areas that you visit later on. You have the Federation landing sites in both Brio and Elysia. You have at least Pirate Homeworld is interesting because you have the segmented I think light suit might be needed, folks. I don't know. I'm getting a feeling about light suit. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not gonna do this right now. I have a feeling Dark Beam's on the way. I'm going to be smart and open up the front first. And like Prime 4 has none of that, and it's baffling. Like, why? Like, Tanabe is still the executive producer. I thought Michael Kelbaugh, who's the president of Retro Studios, would have also been in an executive producer role, but I don't think he was. Like, definitely, like, there's no way it wasn't a failure of leadership based on just how that game turned out, and then also with, like, corroborating what you've told me, Aliana. Like, it's just baffling. It's so shocking. Especially when you already have a game with not the strongest world design. Like, visually, you know, amazing looking video game. Easily the best looking game in the Prime series. I'm not gonna trigger the pirates regardless. And it's like, you have... It's been, you know, you have 8 years of decision making. Okay, maybe not that long of time, because at some point, given how large of a project this was, and this is like the case for like every video game that's like AAA. There's a bit of rigidity that's needed for projects to stay like on task and on time without incurring like heavy expenses, because you needed to retool something like major that is load bearing for a bunch of other stuff. But like, even with that, like, I swear, like, it's damning if the really weak aspects of this game were intended from the very beginning. And by beginning, I do mean when this game was originally started development in the mid 2010s. I'm assuming it was 2016 to 2017, given that they showed nothing in 2017. But yeah, the desert's just way too barren. The fact that they even like did an open world thing but didn't like populate it with enough stuff, like, you could have made the desert twice as small and it would still be fucking boring. But it would at least be less tedious to navigate through. Like, it really sucks that you kind of have to whatchamacallit, like do all this green crystal collecting on top of that. Although the PB rocks and the shrines account for like almost all the crystals you need to beat the game, which is good, but it's still like dumb. Excuse me. I'm gonna get the C-Tank, because why not? This is a missile upgrade. I did see that the Metacritic score is 78 to 79. I think Metacritic and like aggregated review scores are like a good litmus test to like how the general vibes are overall for a game. I do think Prime 4 is a better game than Other M is, but honestly, probably not as much as I would probably give it credit for. Like, I probably should give it less credit than I am giving it right now. Okay, what am I doing? We're going. I guess we'll do this. We'll go to storage B. Because I can at least get out without bombs. I can go to the safe station there. I do think that, in my opinion, Prime 4 is by a decently significant margin more, or the weakest of the trilogy, or of the 4 games. Like my order of Prime games is like 1 and 2 are tied. I might give 2 the edge over 1 at this point. 1 was like my favorite game of all time, and I think 2 is now that, just based on all the randomizers I've done for it and just the appreciation I have for this game. And then 3 and then 4. I actually used to be really critical towards Prime 3, but then in my last playthrough I did casually, I'm like, oh, you don't know, this game bangs. This game's a banger. To 143. Yeah, I'm like 2 greater than or equal to 1, 3, 4. That's where it stands for me. My buddy Heavy Shadow Sound enjoyed Prime 4, even with like the problems he also had with it, like I did. I think his order is like 1, 4, 3, 2, and that is making me reconsider whether or not he's my best friend. Also, the story is bad, but not in that. The story is bad from a structural standpoint. I should save warp, actually. This is probably go to Temple, Great Temple. So where Other M story was not well written, but at least had a sense of like diegetic closure and like stuff going on, it at least set up some stuff, sort of. And somehow Prime 4 has a lot better voice direction. It does kind of just cookie cutter archetypes of like characters, although like with some exceptions with like Armstrong and Takabi, where Armstrong gets a little bit of character development that's then undermined by the fact that like Duke's sacrifice in Great Minds and then her sacrifice in Great Minds doesn't amount to fucking anything. The voice acting's good. I don't like, I even, for the issues I have with like Miles McKenzie, like I think the guy that portrayed him did a reasonably good job. I think the voice direction was overall pretty good. Which I mean, when comparing that to, what was it, Sakamoto, who did the English voice direction for Other M for some reason, if that's true, like that's not a high bar to clear. but it introduces a whole bunch of stuff in the tutorial. There's like, and it has like, it feels like it's implying consequences of everybody getting teleported to Viros, but you don't see space pirates. You don't see Metroids.
41 months. Almost.
You don't see Metroids at all beyond, oh, the things are controlled by the Metroids, but like the weak points resemble Metroids, I guess, and that's kind of it. Like, I have a hard time believing it. Oh, hold on. Forgot about propane path. Okay. It's probably more ball bombs. It's dark visor. Fuck. Oh, I never checked storage cavern A hint. Oops. That's grav boost. No, that's a ball. That could be... I haven't saved, have I? It doesn't matter. We're getting that. Excuse me, video game. Dude, this early game is fucking loaded today. Oh yeah, I mean, that's me with like Central Mining Station. Okay, we were Seekers away from Bombless Sanctuary, which is a weird fucking thing to say. Like, you have Metroids that do fusion and body, like, possession, and that's interesting. Like, that's something that we haven't seen in a Metroid game. And then they, like, don't do their homework, let alone let you fight Metroids. Like, imagine the tension of fighting Metroids that try to fuse with you, even if it ends up just being like, let me fight some Metroids in Metroid Prime that you do that in all the other games. Oh my god. Prime 1 has them. Prime 2 has them. They have dark Metroids. And they get possessed by fucking Ing, and you fight them. And then 3 is a Phazon Metroids. They fucking go intangible. What the fuck? Losing my goddamn mind, dude. But Prime 4, you don't even fight Metroids. You see them in a cutscene, that's it. One cutscene. Oh, Vamper. Okay. It's stupid. You fight space pirates, which is cool and definitely just fan service. But then you don't fight them on Viros for some reason. Silux goes there, and yet there's no pirates on Viros. What the fuck's going on? What is going on? I'm talking about it right now, Penguin Flames. You're good. What's up, Stray Sine Wave? How you doing? This is my goddamn mind, dude. All right. I'll take Spider. This is kind of going in a certain direction I don't like. I need more ball bombs, though. All balls, no potency. Well, okay, I have power bombs, but still. The balls are inert. Like, they do some interesting setup and then don't at all explore or even show what's going on. You get scans points of like, oh, this boss has been Metroid corrupted, without showing that fucking at all. It's stupid. And like, how am I supposed to engage with it when there's like barely any like diegetic evidence of what the writing suggests, what the scan logs suggest? Like, and it's an interesting idea. It's an interesting idea. Like the base writing on its own at face value has merit. And I'm just gonna cancel this. Like, I think the scan log for Carvex is sad and a bit of you know, it's decent storytelling. I think it's fine. Yeah, they don't show that fucking happening at all. It's stupid. Like, what's the point of introducing plot elements when you're not going to explore, you know, like, consequences of your setting when you don't explore them at all? Like, it's beyond stupid. Like, there are two things I would say are the absolute highlights of this game. One is the visuals. Easily the prettiest looking Prime game. Even more so than remastered. And then the combat. I actually really liked how the combat mechanics are even further refined in Prime 4. But the combat improvements are wasted by the fact that you're largely fighting two types of enemies. You're fighting Grievers and you're fighting Cybots. Now, on their own, they're fine. But there's like little to no enemy variety. You have like what? Shrens. You have some plants in Fury Green that don't show up anywhere else beyond like a shrine that they'll like those whip-like plants do. Yeah, Voltforge is like all Cybots. Flare Pool is all Cybots. Beyond the like lava zoomers that explode on you and do tons of damage. Like, I do respect the fuck out of Retro and its leadership for like, clearly combat was a focus, and normal mode fucking hurts you in a way that feels really good. I do wish there was more enemy variety. Because like, even if like these trooper enemies aren't like that mechanically interesting to fight, it's still great fucking, it's great lore. It's great it's great atmosphere. You're fighting zombified Galactic Federation troopers, something that to this day I think unless Federation Force also does it, other Prime games have not done that. Like, thank God fighting Cybots. Okay, well, thank God there are variants of Cybots, even if mid-game onwards it boils down to shoot them with Ice Shot and then just interlace other projectiles with Ice Shot and then they die. Ice Belt's cool. I think the TK codes were kind of stupid, even though it meant like it did try to like encourage the player to I'm gonna safety save here. I don't have a mini mod to, you know, actually go and explore. It gives you it is a lockup that encourages the player to scan the environment and learn what happened at the facility. I do think for replayability, it's not a good idea doing that over and over, but
I am here to ruin the mining plaza voting.
What's up, Nonging? We have light suit here, as it turns out, so I'm gonna go get it. I don't have bombs, actually. This is stupid. I should not be doing this. Like, Ice Belt, pretty cool area. Really, like, Ice Belt, I think, probably edges out on Voltforge a bit in terms of, where Voltforge is cool as fuck, Ice Belt has the atmosphere and the bit of the body horror behind it, because that's where you learn more about the Grievers. Part of me thinks that maybe the Grievers should have shown up in Ice Belt and then shown up later in the game, because I remember seeing the trailer like, oh fuck, there's these like creatures within the stasis pods, right? And then they get out and attack you after you like turn the facility back on. But like, you've already fought two types of Grievers at that point. You fought Sand Grievers and Jungle Grievers. So the impact is lessened by them coming out. Plus, you don't even have to like fight them for the most part. Oh, I'm so sorry, Salty. Almost. I won't. We just don't know if it's required yet. Come on, baby. Yo, bombless mining plaza. Let's go. I'm fucking in it, dude. Sorry, I'm sort of catching up on chat. I missed some chat messages. All right, so I need supers to get the Torvis. I think. What am I missing? No, I think this is go to Dark World. I think this is BashPrime. Go to Pirate Labs and go to Dark World. Either that or it's go to Sanctuary, which it could be that. It's pointing in that direction too. Don't like that at all. On BashPrime. BashPrime. At least we get feeding pit out of logic. That's cool. But yeah, oh, I didn't talk about this as much, but I've been working on my video essay. I've been like stuck in the writing process. I have a lot of the script banged out. I have like a very detailed outline on stuff that I need to like get into. Well, I need to finish like my last big section I have left, and then I did flesh out what I'm actually writing for it a bit more. And then I'll first draft it, get a bit of script supervision from my partner, and then I will revise until I give it some minor revisions. I think it has enough compelling stuff in it on its own that I probably don't need to revise it too much. And then I'll edit and get the video out, hopefully by spring. But we'll see what happens. And then after that, I'm gonna go into full-on retrospective territory for the Prime games. I'm gonna start with Prime 4, considering it's still timely enough. And then I'll do Prime 1 through 3. So I would say don't be surprised if I end up not streaming all that much this year, because I'll probably be doing a mixture of like streaming and then writing stuff out. It just kind of is going to depend on my ability to focus on what I want to do. Okay, if it's not here, then I need to reload my save and go to Sank entrance. I have a Dark Visor. Is that supers? Oh my god. Okay. I'll take that. Hell yeah. Yeah, that gets me into Torvis. E5. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Did not get punished, chat. At least not all that much. Definitely needed that Dark Visor, which is crazy. I like supers in Prime 4. I know people say it doesn't do that much damage. I think it's just the fact that the DPS is low because of the fact that it takes so long to charge, but I don't know. I think it's compelling in certain situations. Granted, by that point, you'll also have Super Thunder Shot, so like, there's that. I do think that this is probably the most like refined like beam system, where it feels like you do get compelling enough upgrades for your other weapons, and not like one good charge combo and other combo. It's actually weird that we finally have a Prime game that like, where supers are like less compelling than like other stuff. Oh, I'm seeing the comments about Tanabe saying it takes place after Super Metroid, which I do agree is pretty stupid. And I want to like say like not in my head canon. Of course, bombs right here. But what I will say is that like I'm probably in the minority of people that doesn't really give a shit about the Metroid timeline as a whole, and rather like plot developments when it comes to like how Samus, Federation, other characters are characterized, like like the consequences of like their actions, their worldview and stuff like that. Like that is what I am more interested in, the Metroid narrative, because like it's fine, it's, you know, it has a timeline, I guess, but like I'm not going to sit here and pretend like Metroid has like such a great overarching like story, because honestly it's all over the place with the exception of like Fusion and Super Metroid and Metroid 2.
Bombs?
Well, yeah, but like also with Fusion, you see like like over the course of some of the games, you see a you see growing resentment from Samus towards the Federation. And maybe like that's something that Nintendo's like the writers of like the games could have like explored better if Nintendo let them, but like I mean honestly, like I don't know, you have a fucking legit government conspiracy with Fusion, and to an extent Other M, although Other M doesn't do it remotely as well as Fusion does. But like just the fact that this is all going to lead to a great video I'm going to recommend, by the way, by Transparency Boo, who did an analysis of the Metroid games, and like being turned from, you know, going from state like genocidal state apparatus who just kills all the Metroids without regard for like there being consequences, and then realizing in Fusion, and you know, in Super Infusion, exactly what the consequences of doing that are. Like that's like the most compelling shit that like the Metroid series has to offer. But like I don't know, I have a hard time like engaging with like, oh well, like Prime 4 takes place within 20x9, so also Other M does, and I'm like, the overall like timeline is not something that I personally like engage with outside of like I guess the core themes of it, like how Samus has grown as a character. That being said, though, Tanabe saying Prime 4 takes place after Super, stupid. My headcanon is that Sakamoto secretly vetoes Tanabe's comment, and that the Super Sacred Metroid timeline is preserved. But like also the build-up from like Federation Force with there being Metroids, and then Silex stealing one, and then like they just don't explore the consequences of that at all beyond a cutscene and at the very beginning of the game, and some scan logs. Like it's not compelling at all. It's bad. Seekers, why am I not getting punished for not going to Torvist? like come on, man. At this point I need to go to Skytown Gateway.
Blagoogle.
What's up, Zucker? How you doing? Zucker, you'll be excited. We have a light suit mining plaza. Don't know if it's required yet. Yeah, it's like a weird example of tell don't show though. Like they kind of just do neither. And it's weird that like it's weird hearing Miyamoto mention that like Nintendo wants to posture themselves as more of a storytelling company, and branching out to other forms of media like movies. But like, regardless of whether that's an actual priority, you need good writing. Like writing and direction are both critical forefronts. And like, there are some parts where like the storytelling is directed okay, but it's in spite of like a legitimately just bad script. Dynamo Works upgrade. Okay, missile there. I don't dark beam. I'm stupid. I have amber hints I need to do. All right, well, that is as far as I'm getting. There's a missile upgrade. I got Valorant. I guess I'm just genuinely curious, like, what happens at, like, what I'm assuming has to be in a leadership level, where the overall direction of these games happens to an extent, right? So I'm kind of led to believe that Nintendo's leadership has a lot of creative control over their series, which... I mean, I think Mike Wicken or someone at Retro mentioned that like Nintendo like went back like when the trilogy versions were worked on, Nintendo went over all the scan entries to ensure there was like consistency, I think, between NTSC and PAL. Although I want to say they did just use PAL. I can't honestly though, I can't remember like what the situation was with the scans for the trilogy versions. But like, if Nintendo wants to go in this direction where their games are more cinematic, and like, there are two notable examples in 2025, one being DK Bonanza, which is okay. It does a lot better of a job with its storytelling than Prime 4 does, that's for sure. Although I think it is quite imperfect. Why am I coming here before getting Amber? I'm BashPrime. Like, Bonanza isn't going to win awards in terms of its writing and storytelling, but, like, it's fun enough. Like, you know, I fucked with it. Well, like, it's definitely another step up, though, from, like, what Odyssey did. And then seeing, you know, Metroid Prime 4 do it, you know, seeing the, like, the story cutscenes for like the Switch Zelda games, and then the Age of Calamity, Age of Imprisonment. Although I have not played the Age of games, like the Masuo Zelda games, Hyrule Warriors games. I'm gonna work to start, I think. No, we're gonna go straight to the website. We'll save it for shit. Kind of an awkward place to put that amber, honestly. I'll have to work for it. Okay, my throat is getting scratchy because I've been talking a lot. I need to get a lozenge. I'll be right back. Secret Stone, Demon King. Anyone else watch the Skitty Bitty I Hate Tears of the Kingdom? That video lives rent free in my head. I love it. As much as I really liked Tears of the Kingdom, like, Skitty made some compelling arguments in their video, and I'm looking forward to their Breath of the Wild retrospective. shit, where was I? Yeah, if this is the direction Nintendo wants to go in as a company, they really need to take away from the fact that they need writers. They need good writing if they want their game stuff compelling narratives beyond which is dumb because like they have well-written games. Like Majora's Mask is like peak Zelda storytelling. Even Link's Awakening is like kind of peak as well. Like even if there aren't necessarily, you know, cutscenes with cinematography and whatnot. I actually don't remember if I saved. Did I save, chat? I think I'm gonna save at Torvis and then I'll go check-ins. All right, quad's dead. I can't believe Nintendo actually like took those comments to heart though, because like I feel like that discourse had just as many people saying that it wouldn't work versus people that said it would. And like with Zelda, I think Zelda was like the right choice to make an open world game, but like that was at the cost of your classic linear, you know, Zelda formula. Because like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are not at all like the classic games, which I'm not saying that like that's in itself a bad thing, but like you have the trade-off of a completely non-linear Zelda experience that captures in ways intended to capture the vibe of like Zelda 1. But at the same time, like progression in that game is like, it doesn't exist beyond mechanically beyond shrines and whatnot. Is that two fucking translators next to each other? What the fuck, video game? Harvey should go to beating FTA. That's what I meant to say. Oh, fuck! I'm stupid, chat. No, it's okay. We're okay.
You cheated.
Temple, quad is dead. Yeah, it's a terminal fault to get me back in bounds. Inghive key 3, fantastic. I'm gonna be based and save here. You had me scared, Aliana, but I actually have not dropped frames, so I'm very thankful for that. All right, chat. I'm gonna be narcissistic. Type 1 if you missed me not streaming for a month. Right, I must. Okay, I'm BashPrime. I'm gonna go get Amber. I'm gonna go get Amber and just absolve myself of my mistakes. What can I say? I like randos. I mean, rando's great. Prime 2 randos is peak. Oh, I'm stupid. I'm even more stupid. I don't dark beam. Wait. Hold on. It's just gonna be right here. Chat, it's gonna be right here. It's gonna be all good. It's gonna be fine. Oh, fuck you. It's gonna be right here, chat. I swear to God. What is this, Aegon? Okay. I'll get it just in case I get the other two and a Morbus ends up being needed. All right, I'll have to do something a little stupid, but that's okay. I'll save again because I want to keep that key. Anyways, I feel like I took 3 billion years to explain a lot of my thoughts on Prime 4. She's doing Morph Ball. I do hope that Retro Studios can implement like a disable hints option with like Mackenzie calling you over and over in Soul Valley. Well, first try. Okay, I need to actually get the 8th event though, so. Still loaded, isn't it? Or I fell in the box for this room. Oh, it was this. Okay, that's great. I'll have to figure out how to fix that load. Oh, never mind. It unloaded. Good. All right, then we just hop down in here and go in the port. I have not, no. I have the game. Heavy Shadow Sound gifted me the game. I have not had the opportunity of playing it yet. I've heard it's great. I've heard it's really good. So there is a toggle that does exist, but it's only toggle tutorials, which is like, you know, like learning how to do. Okay, well, I can get that. Actually, I don't even need to get that right now. I can just get that whenever. Like, press plus button to dismount Viola. Like, stuff like that. It was funny because I turned that off, then I had to turn that back on. Because I didn't know how to do, like, the boost slide during the Viola tutorial. I'm like, how do I do this? I don't know what to do. So I turned off that thing. But there's no thing to like turn off Adam or not Adam, Mackenzie calling you over and over about shit, and it's really annoying. The best you can do is turn off the speech volume, but there's still like the on-screen display. Okay, well, okay. Time to redeem yes for that. God, Cursed Lake, just all vanilla keys so far. Good lord. Can we get a yes redeem mods? If there's a mod there. War Ritual, we knew about that. And work site. And Sentinel's Path. Oh. I got key 5. That was in Warrior's Walk. I got key 6. It's somewhere. Hive entrance. Fantastic. I'm gonna go check Defiled Shrine and see what that is. It's a Chozo technology. Oh, excuse me. Do I actually need anything Chozo tech related for it? Don't know if I do. This might be an E-tank, I guess, but... Okay, well, I don't need that, so we're gonna reset. I will play that for you, though. Okay, hold on. I'll redeem chat. The rare yes voter winning. It's crazy. Absolutely redonkulous. Yo, nice. Anyone put in 670 points or 67 points? Maybe. BashPrime. They're banning 6-7. Understandable. They can't handle how funny it is. So, you know, I disagree, but it's an understandable position to take, in my opinion. All right, we're gonna go Torvis through Aegon. Oh wow. Is it a Zemipu by any chance? Because he's a big, like, Ratchet and Clank guy, but I think he's also just a big PlayStation guy in general. Hey Miguel, how's AGDQ been going for you? Rats on your run, by the way. Can we get some hearts and stuff for Miguel for doing a really fun showcase of Prime 3? Even though he totally messed up Spire wall crawl like 2 times because he didn't have the right facing angle, I think, for the last part going to the door trigger. But you know, it's fine. It was a good edge of your seat experience. I can't hear shit, so I'm gonna say you're cringe. That's not inaccurate. That is not an inaccurate take. But does the person who said I'm cringe, does that make them also cringe? I think there's a compelling argument for that being yes. I mean, that is also true. That is also true. I'm sorry to hear that, by the way. Did you have to plug into like a RetroTink? Or were they like, oh no, it's fine, just use a Wii U? No, we're doing the cool method, even though I have Seekers. Wii's HDMI modded? Oh, okay, so it was just a monitor setting then. That's really weird. I don't think you had that issue when you did your HDQ, your Hundo run, right? For Echoes? Or was that an issue at all for you? We'll do this. Why not? You tried it and it was worse? I'm sorry to hear. Okay, so what do we need for going on? We need Dark Beam. We also need to defeat Powerbomb Guardian. Hive Torpus. You're playing 16 by 9? Oh, so did you have to change the Wii's? Tried it was worse. Oh god, I'm sorry to hear. Were you, because you normally play in 4x3, I think, because it's faster to be in 4x3, right? It's like less laggy because there's less stuff to cull. Wrong? Okay, I wasn't sure. 16:9, okay. Mods, don't scold Brungaloo. I legit asked who it was. Bizarre responses. It sounds like there's like a weird game mode setting on the monitor you had to enable, which is weird because monitors shouldn't even have that issue to begin with, but you don't have any input delay unlike your other televisions, do you? That you've used that Wii on, right? Like have you tried it on the other monitors at the event? I don't get to listen to it anymore. I need Dark Beam for this. That's right, I'm BashPrime. God, I'm stupid. That's weird, because like there are definitely producers that still listen. Well, for what it's worth, like I think you did a good job, even with the Spire shenanigans. Right, this was required. I have grapple. What am I doing? I'm curious you'll end up doing the Prime 4 run. I wouldn't be shocked if it's like Dim or someone else. Or I get the upset and just fucking dominate Prime 4 somehow, but I doubt it. I'm not that good of a Prime runner. I probably should be like... There's like a Swedish runner, I think, also that had the record for most of last month, too, I think, before Dim took over. I don't think they have CRTs at the event anymore. If they do, it's only the practice room. And they're probably capturing only in HDMI, so it's probably for technical reasons, Miguel. I had a similar issue playing on HDMI through for my PAX run that I did. Actually, funny enough, I should have probably talked about that more. But like it worked out okay. It was just weird. Yeah, but they probably don't want to lug in a CRT in there, even though I understand why. Like, their capture equipment probably was not outfitted to easily capture analog equipment. They're probably relying on everything going through the retro tank. Although, I mean, at that point, you could like you could get it. There are analog distribution amplifiers, but I don't know if they have an analog distribution amp. I have one. It's pretty good. I got it at like Radio Shack, like right before Radio Shack went out of business. Yeah, I think they were running behind schedule, which was probably why they were trying to get you going. I'm sorry to hear that. I think they do have a feedback form that they give to runners, though. So be on the lookout for that through like your email or something. What am I doing? Dark Beam cannot be here. That's all right, I guess. It's not where I wanted you to go, bro. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. We're good. It's all good. Get bullied, idiot. I mean, GDQ's tech setup is pretty complicated, but it's very robust, and they've been using this setup for the last like 2 years. Also, what's even more frustrating, like, assuming Miguel's saying is accurate, which from what I've heard is, like, GDQ does a dual setup environment. So you have like all of the previous run, which in Miguel's case was a 3-hour Path of Exile 2 run. Where for Miguel to be prepped, like So kind of odd that like there were last minute issues, but maybe I'm missing information or something. Yeah, have fun with the AP. I am jealous. Chinese was fantastic. Fuck, I want to get Chinese food. I had Panda Express like recently, but I need to get like I need to go to like a mom and pop place for sure. Why was it scheduled at 5 a.m.? Because GDQ decides when they want to schedule stuff, and I'm guessing it was because it was a long run. They usually make the longer runs go later at night. Also, I think Prime 3 is a less well-known run, because the last time Prime 3 was run at a GDQ was in 2018 with the unfortunately infamous run that Claris did, which is not infamous for anything that she did, but more so with a lot of the anti-trans people really just shitting on her, because also she unfortunately like struggled with early Alicia, which is really fucking hard. Also, I need to tell Schwartz this. I was not a fan of him doing that immersion joke, like clearly trying to wink, wink, nudge, nudge that run. His commentary besides that was fantastic. He could have not done that, in my opinion. I think that was a little bit edgy for edginess' sake. He said it at like near the he said it while you were in Norian, I think, somewhere in the beginning of your run. Okay, I have no reason to go to Plaza, because I'm hunting for Dark Beam and I don't have it. It's probably a fucking Sank entrance, if I were to guess. Okay, well at the very least I can do this. I have power. What am I doing, dude? I have power bombs. We're gonna do this. Honestly, your composure during your run was really good. I know you got like a bit concerned when Spire decided to fuck with you, but I mean, what like I know the second time I think your facing angle was too far to the right, right? Because you were, I think the one that worked was having you face due south, and you were looking a little bit. I think you were looked like one notch to the right of south on your second try. It got noticeable at the end, but like it was very understandable. Like, oh, this should not be happening. Like, I have been there.
Ocean wave emoji. Ocean wave emoji.
It's a nice
ocean
wave.
wave emoji.
Maybe Darkwing's just here. Right. I haven't got an E-Tank in a while. I technically got the one in Defiled Shrine, but we know that's an Inghive key and bog. Just doing this now. Oh, I mean, there was also the like, what was it? The landing site got unloaded, so you had to wait, you had to float up to get a jump. But like, I mean, honestly, shit happens. Like, I don't think GDQ staff's gonna think less of you for anything like that. Like, it's just a run that unfortunately did go overestimate, but like, oh, I shouldn't be doing. Actually, no, it's fine. I can just do this. I meant to wall crawl to Lagoon, but that's okay. Excuse me. Oh my god, bro. Keep forgetting about this pause. All right. I have Amber. We're just gonna go to Sank. Shit. Yeah, it's awesome. I have been curious about running Linux, although I don't have Amber Steel. I forgot. I can't get it without wall crawling. Literally went out of bounds for everything else and didn't fucking open up Torvus Temple or get Amber. I'm gonna go get that. I have no reason to not get that at this point. Jesus Christ. Wait, I need Dark Beam in general, so I have to do like the classic Hundo wall crawl for that. That's a little cringe, but whatever. Oh god, what if Dark Beam is behind Tumos or something? TC Dark Beam? Would be pretty crazy. Be pretty nuts if you ask me. This probably shouldn't be how I do this, but whatever. Actually, no, this should be fine. I had rain during Christmas and New Year's, but nothing of the sort lately. It's just been cloudy and cold. Or partly cloudy. It's pretty sunny today, though. Had some beautiful weather yesterday, even though it was cold. Beautiful skies yesterday for me. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Damn it. Excuse me. What the fuck? What was that? Hello? Oh, it's because I don't have, okay. I think I was doing it while this is the active room. What the fuck? That just worked? I am shocked that worked. I'll tell you that. Oh, I meant to transition here. Oopsie. Light suit is needed for Dark Oasis, which I need to go to Lower Torvus for. You know, no, I'm gonna do this again. Oh god, it bounds here. So I can trigger the fight without Dark Beam, although I'm still gonna need it for Dark Oasis technically. Ah, shit. Oh yeah. I'm a little bit jealous of all my friends at Pittsburgh because it's more rainy than it is actually like cold there right now. Because when I went in 2024, it was just absolute like snow and blizzard conditions the whole week, and then the week after was just rainy and like 30 degrees warmer. Shocked I didn't trigger the fight. Oh, I'm BashPrime because it's this one. There's one down. Good ammo drops though. And this will get me Cobalt, and it will open up Lower Torvus. frozen hellscape. Oh God. Sorry to hear that, Boyle. Yo, Astrum Crow, what's going on? Yo, congrats on your first rando. That's awesome. Okay, I got scared for a second. I was like, if this is Dark Beam, maybe I'll get hinted to Dark Beam here. Oh, we're topping Abyss. Okay, I don't have backpack yet. I don't think. Double check my tracker here. Yeah, no backpack currently. I'm stupid. I have not been to Path of Roots yet. Yeah, nope. I've had access this whole time and haven't gone. Holy shit, dude. You cooked. Oh, wow. Well, I mean, at least you basically played through the whole game. But yeah, Dread Rando is a time. Glad you had fun with it. Or I'm assuming you had fun with it. Is Darkbeam just here and I'm an idiot? Nope. This is Aegon key, I think, or Inghive key. Another Aegon key, okay. Luminoth lore? Okay, so... Where's Energy Core? That was Gravity Boost over Top and Abyss. Path of Roots is a Beam lore. So Light Beam was in... Light Beam is not that because it was in Portal Access A. And Annihilator was... Where was that again? That was in... That was off of Bomb Guardian. So that is hinting to Dark Beam, which means it's probably insane. It's probably pointing to an Sank entrance, honestly. There's a lore scan there. It's either there or it's going to be in main research. Could be in Watch Station. There's a small chance it's there. I think at this point, it's got to be in one of those areas. It can't be in Mining Station B because that is just Dark Beam locked. Go back to Des Moines. Oh, I'm glad you had fun at least. Yeah, I visited one of my best friends in Arkansas back in October. Got to spend a week there, and it was a cool time, but was a bit sad having to go back home. Dark Beam is needed for a Dark Oasis, logically. I could wall crawl there. I don't know if that's worth doing. Oh, you know what? No, there's no lore scan here. I will go check this anyways, because maybe it's useful. This could be Gravity Boost, actually. Okay, it's not, but I tried. I tried. There's a small chance that Dark Beam is here. Oh my god, that's great. So the other key is somewhere in what, Inghive? Holy shit. All right, well, fuck Sank entrance. Don't even need to check. I could have checked that ages ago. Good lord. Fantastic. All right, back to Torvis. We'll do that, and then we'll route in. Oh, we have no. Oh, we have one key in Sank. Yeah, that should be go mode. So light suit was earlier in logic than I expected. At some point, I'll need to route into Crystal, but. Let me jump, please. I think we're just in go mode, right? I don't think I need anything else. Got Venomous Pond and Work Site. Hive Entrance I can get. Dark Oasis I can get. I think we're just Gucci here. I thought the beam weapons were not totally original, but I think they were interesting refinements on what Prime 1 did. That's another thing that I kind of took issue with, was that Prime 4 felt like a soft reboot of like Prime 1 specifically, but worse. Sometimes interesting, generally worse. In kind of baffling ways. Okay, a little bit of shopping to do here. Oh, BashPrime. Hey, what's up, Roxas? How you doing? Prime 1 from Temu. We're not allowed to say Temu.com. Temu? Is it Temu or Temu? Is it like the emu bird with a T at the front? Oh, that's Cannonball. I may grab that. We'll see. Wait, there's no point. I need to air underwater. Come on. I mean, it does seem like they spent most of their development resources at the beginning to do a Prime 1 remaster, which I think makes sense because they needed to modernize like a lot of their build tools and stuff. But then it just became like a straight up template that they didn't really stray too far from, outside of backporting stuff like Prime 3's boost ball things and kinetic orb cannons, like, and then terminal falls. Just interestingly odd choices. But like, I also understand that like Prime 4 does seem intentionally made to attract a new audience, which, so I get it when viewed through that lens, but also there's a game that does that better than Prime 4 does with introducing people to Metroid and having it accessible enough for Metroid people or people that want to get into Metroid, and it's called Metroid Prime. Like, one of my first Metroid games was Metroid Prime. I played it right after I played Fusion. Like, and that game I had generally not a huge issue with being directed on where to go outside of the Chozo artifact hunt, but even then, like, I wouldn't say that Prime 1 is that difficult of a game to navigate. Yeah, I was surprised they were even there at all. Like, and we're just straight up recreated from Corruption. Like, work the exact same way. Same with the those little boost ball things in Flare Pool, which like kind of gives me hope that they're at least working on, you know, that they're working on a remasters for Prime 3 and 2, so you know, I'm coping pretty hard there. Rive Cannonball on. Yeah, I know Prime 2 is the first Metroid game for some people too, and like, I don't know, like Prime 2, honestly, it does a similar thing to Prime 4 in terms of its progression by having individual levels be sort of a microcosm Metroidvania. Well, no, Prime 2 actually does that. Prime 4 just does the, oh, you visit a place and generally only need to visit it once outside of like backtracking for like a small amount. Whereas Prime 2 has a lot more intricate stuff going on with its progression. With the keys locking the you know, the regional guardian and all that, like. I am BashPrime. Asset reusing is not a bad thing. Also, I don't know if they reused assets necessarily. It just has a very similar art style to Prime Remastered, which I'm assuming they had a lot of the same environment artists on those two games. So, you know, it is what it is. Okay, we go back to Crypt. Then we go to the Sanctuary. As it did the asset creation workflow. Yeah, like, it sounds like they used a similar process and workflow for what they wanted, like, overall how they wanted the game to look, kind of art direction they wanted to do. But like, there was no way Retro wasn't going to use their engine for Prime 4 because they've used it for like literally every one of their games, including the Donkey Kong Country games, which I need to play still. I've heard Returns is pretty good and Tropical Freeze is excellent. Doubles as a schematic for the main map, 4 regions fully never connected. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like, it's amazing how Tanabe, like, just had no hindsight as to, like, oh, like, this actually worked really well. We should make our game do this. Like, there's no convenient traversal you unlock because, oh, bike fast enough, I guess. When, like, it still takes minutes to traverse between regions. And you have to revisit some regions, like, several times in the case of Fury Green for all of the chips, and Flare Pool for actually doing Flare Pool, minus, you know, going there for just, god damn it, dude, I'm so pissed. Yeah, just like Prime 4 at its core just like doesn't work that well. Like the way that they decided to distill elements of the Prime games down, like, was a serious downgrade. There was like no consideration for how tedious it was to like sort of meet halfway with the game, I guess, in terms of navigation and how that ties into overall progression. Also, here's another little thing. This is more of a nitpick, but why do you have to get the chip for a shot and then have Miles tweak it for Samus's arm cannon when there are charge upgrades for the shots that you just collect? Why was that done that way? Like, like, it's not that there isn't narrative justification, but like, it just feels kind of unacceptable from a mechanical standpoint. Because there's like nothing else interesting that happens at base camp. You just go back to get the chip, to install the chips, and then do endgame stuff. Yeah, it's like, it's such an odd direction for that game to take. Because not even that it feels like a Halo type shooter. It's just, I don't know what they were going for. It just more cinematic, I guess. Like, have a start to finish kind of story with, like, I don't know, stuff happening in it, but even that stuff just isn't compelling. Shush? What do you mean shush? All right, we need to go. Look at how cool shit you do even in Sank. Like, Sank is an underbaked area because it was I think the last major area Retro worked on, and they had a pretty tight development window for this game. And even Sank does way more interesting shit than anything else. Even Aegon is more interesting. Aegon has at least a decent level design going for it, even if it's you know, not as compelling as Torvus and Sanctuary are in terms of like its music and whatnot. But actually, I personally am an Aegon defender. There's stuff going on in Aegon Wastes that I think is good, and especially when you compare it to its contemporary in Soul Valley, it's not even a contest. It's just Aegon Waste is infinitely better desert biome. I don't know if Troza Ruins counts as a desert. It definitely seems desert coded. Can I please jump on the thing? Holy shit, can I get a jump, man? I'm BashPrime. Oh, now it works, okay. Right, I need to do Hive entrance too. That's fine, I can wrap that into Aegon Revisit. Like, I've heard the implication that it's not actually like sand or anything in some of the rooms, it's dust. Which I don't know, that's pretty hardcore if that's the case. Wait, no, I can't do this. I need to go through this portal. Hey, it's this room I made a YouTube video about. Amazing. Old vid? I think it's still new vid. Large pit. Grab boost might be in here. Maybe it's in vault, past the Grand Abyss. Fuck Resbits. Amazing hint, thank you. Sentinel's Path I need to do. But you know what, why not? We could all use more E in our diet. Oh, I thought it was gonna be all mid. I'm disappointed. Unfortunate. All right. Go back. Which way do we go? We go this way, I think. Yeah, it's happened to me before as well. It's not in a while. I always get so excited when it's like all of one note. Not much. I've been in go mode since I got Dark Beam. Dark Beam was light suit locked. So I have to go fight a Morbus, which has a key, I think, in Hive. I'm guessing either in Culling Chamber or in somewhere. Oh, what? I disagree with that game. Yeah, since I routed in light suit, I could have, out of logic, I could have gotten Dark Beam like quite a bit earlier, but that's okay. Like I was pretty much last locationing it either there or Sank entrance. So it is what it is. Double silly because the chips can be something that Mackenzie's slapping together for you. So being direct upgrades to things that you had to do to rig work feels weird. Chips just being reprogrammed to work in Samus's arm cannon, really. Yeah, and like, what's also weird about that, I think this is the last Aegon key. Hive key, never mind. Is like, what are the psychic upgrades doing? Like, did somebody take Samus's upgrades and spread them across the planet somehow? And make psychic a bit like... There's no explanation for that. I mean, I don't care as much about that, but it's just when viewed through the lens of, oh, the shot chips need to be installed, but you can get psychic boots, psychic morph ball bombs. So you can be poison types. Oh, yeah, true.
Why do they call it oven? When you oven the cold food, oven hot.
What's up, Death by Zero? Thank you for the 13 months.
U2AA.
I think I've been meaning to do at some point is make another Metroid Prime Did You Know kind of short. They've been pretty fun to make, but I've just been like all in on my video essay because I've been working on it since the beginning of August, more or less. I spent like 2 months alone just doing research. And then since then, just like on and off writing and not writing and then getting very in my head and having a lot of doubt over my writing abilities, which to be fair was also an issue I had with my Grand Abyss script. But part of me is impatient, like I want to get this out now, like, but I can't because I need to finish writing it. But honestly, I should have been listening to my body more because I've been like kind of anxious over the fact that I haven't been like streaming and doing other stuff, and this has been a nice break from the writing for sure. Not gonna lie, this seed was kind of boring. It just front-loaded everything to set up light suit, lock to dark beam, and then it's like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Time to finish it. Time to finish this game. At least this routing is okay, because then I can go from Aegon to Temple Ground straight up, and then... No, I don't have the time or the spoon, unfortunately. Bash 2 Siege Prime should be viewed as a gift and not an expectation. It is an exception rather than the rule these days, just due to the fact that I can't stream late at night anymore. For the time being. What am I doing, chat? Yeah, it was for sure, Anna. I've been getting some weird like AI comments about it. I'm like, oh shit. Like I've been starting to have a better time telling like when shit is just clearly like ChatGPT generated. Because I'm not gonna lie, this is something I'm a little bit embarrassed to admit. Like, it takes me longer than other people to kind of intuit that a comment or something is like AI generated, but based on the like sheer based on how all over the place YouTube comments are, they stick out like a sore thumb. It's been kind of fascinating. I don't get the AI comments as much. Honestly, I don't know what's better. Like having more clearly AI slop comments trying to like weirdly get engagement, even though like they're just commenting on a channel. Like it's just a waste of resources doing that, honestly. Or having more just homophobic comments from people afraid of seeing a rainbow flag on a screen. Like, they're both kind of funny. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. Like, part of me wants to think that the anti-gay comments are just a product of us living in a fascist regime currently, and it being you know, and xenophobia being kosher again, as much as they're fucking losers about it. The AI comments are like less funny and more just fascinating, because it's like the last one I got, I should have screenshotted, but it was like, oh yeah, like it's fun to sequence break and to go back to a level before, like it just was like giving the definition of what a sequence break was, but talking about it as if it was like engaging a conversation, even though it like was basically saying nothing at all. Like, those are the types of AI comments I've been getting on those kind of videos. Not that many of them, mind you. Like, I would say I got maybe a quarter as much of those as I did get comments that are just like, not watching because of the flag. And it's funny because like those guys, the bigoted guys are like, only a few of them actually say the quiet part out loud, where like they will straight up like say, oh, get rid of that groomer flag. You're supporting sexual predators. I'm just like, okay, fuck you, you know, reported. Those ones I just report to YouTube. Not that they make a difference, I don't think, but they can stay mad. I need to go to a cursed lake, dude. What am I doing? Yeah, that is pretty funny. There was a so Robert Evans, who's a journalist and former cracked writer, he goes to, an interesting thing about him is he goes to CES every year, and there was a he was at like one of the first panels, and someone asked about the fact that like AI is not a very consumer like driven thing. And the CEO, it was like a CEO for a big company, not like Dell or anything, I think, was like, oh, I wasn't aware of that. And it was just so fucking like, so telling how out of fucking touch these people are. Like they only see it for the line goes up vibes that AI offers. You know who accepted climate change a long time ago? Exxon, in the study they did, and then intentionally hid from the public so that they could continue to raise shareholder value for 40 years. Which, I mean, with the Venezuela shit that Trump's doing, also it's just it's so fucking disgusting, dude. Anyone seen the news about the legal observer who was shot and killed by ICE in Minneapolis? there's a cynical part of me that's actually kind of surprised that like ice killings haven't been this blatant sooner. Not that it's any more acceptable, just I mean, they've more or less been operating with impunity or whatever, without any, you know, at the direct approval of the current administration to just completely stomp on people's rights. And clearly they want to kill dissenters. Like, I guess they'd rather disappear them instead or some shit, but like, I'm actually very curious if Minneapolis is going to erupt in significant forms of protest. And like, there's a part of that is scary, but it's just like, I don't know. It just, I feel like this is just a powder keg and something's going to escalate at some point. Not that it should, but I don't know. I feel like it just will. Not to mention just how completely fucking blatant the Venezuela strikes were, and the fact that they killed civilians. Let's not forget the scores of civilians killed in those strikes. Wonderful use of American tax dollars. Thank you. We're just cooked. We can't. There's no class consciousness here. Like, momentum is building up so fucking slowly. People are just too divided to like be able to form a united front and engage in like legitimate civil unrest that you see in places like France. It's frustrating for sure. I forget if I said civil unrest or civil disobedience, but I said civil unrest. I meant civil disobedience.
Oh my god!
What's up, Nonging? Hope you're streaming well. That might be too low. I might bonk here. Nope, never mind. We are good. Did I get Sunburst? I did not. I don't know where Sunburst is. Skill issue, KR. I got double damage. That's right. Forgot multiplayer items are here. I'm guessing there are just more throughout Lower Torvis slash. Whatchamacallit. Wait, I lost Cannonball? I lost Cannonball. The best Emperor too, but I'll take it. Of course this fucking Inglet comes out. Wait. Okay, we did. Early game was fine. It was just, I got a bunch of items and it was to get Dark Beam behind Light Suit. Light Suit was in Mining Plaza, but I basically more or less started with Space Jump and Screw Attack, so. Granted, I had to earn that without bombs, so. Yeah, pretty baby seed, all things considered. Get fucked, KR.
Oh my god!
What's up, Pyros? Thanks for the raid. Have the wrong beam selected. Yeah, that's a seed I like, Anna. Get fucked. No comment. Just the 1 seed today. I don't have the space for it. I would like there to not. I would personally going forward not. I don't want to see that question asked as much anymore because my stream circumstances have changed where I can't do late night streams. So please temper your expectations for there to be 1 seed streams and expect 2 seed streams to be the exception, not the... You're not dead yet? Are you fucking kidding me? This is your... It's empty, bro. Unbelievable. I am curious how much HP that actually was. Like 1 or 2. Ugh. Ugh. Thank you, KR, for clipping that. It always stays in DS4 when it gets to DS4. Won't work. Any tips? You need to set the analog and digital L buttons. So you probably have one of them set, but not the other one. So if you're getting the like camera like lock in place, but not actually able to lock on the enemies, you need to set the digital press to something. That's usually the case, is that the analog L is mapped, but not the digital L button. Because the L trigger is 2 buttons technically. There's the analog and then there's the actual button when you hold it all the way down. For like 1 hit. I don't know. I think it depends on, like, I've seen it near death where she'll go back to the ground, but I think it's because I did a bunch of damage to her when she went to the force field. I think Miguel would know more about that than me. I've heard that when she's low on health, once she orbs, she'll just stay in there permanently until but I don't know how true that is. Yeah, enjoy video game. I don't know if you're doing a first time like vanilla playthrough or rando, but should be a fun time either way. So enjoy Mini Panini. The legacy suit, shut the fuck up. Also, like, the legacy suit is so like, the fact that like you get it as part of the green energy thing. It's like it doesn't even feel triumphant when you get it, because all you get out of it is like a barrier move. It's not, that's the only mechanical change that you get, and it's just clearly light suit coded. It's just the light suit, but less cool. Excuse me. And you can't even get legacy suit until after Great Minds. Like, what's up, Miguel? What's going on, Miguel?
Flippin' dead. Nice.
You're Kring? Gus Kring from Breaking Bad? With the cringe version of Gus Fring? Dark Zero. Oh my god. Dark Zero, thank you for the 67 months. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Holy shit. This moment needs to be archived and sent to the Smithsonian. I'm so proud of you, Dark Zero. 7 months of support. That's amazing. That's incredible. You should no longer subscribe to me and just keep it at that count. And then you can talk about it at parties to your friends. I've been subscribed to BashPrime for 67 months. Oh, it's a joke. Get it? All right, where's the other shit that I didn't get? Oh my god, Spider Guardian. Or it was the tunnel. Sank energy. Okay. Storage bee. All right. All right. That was dark beam locked, so I wasn't getting that. It's not funny. I hate it. There's an amazing shit post on the YouTube upload of Miguel's run that I need to find, because it was basically like the reason your Spire wall crawl didn't work, Miguel, is that you had your timer set to 68.5 seconds. I have a friend who runs Corruption, and he sets his timer to 67 seconds, and it works for him. It's so good. No, because Amorbus was logically required for mining Plaza. I didn't even see where the other Aegon key was. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. See you in the next VOD. Hopefully not 3 months from now. I'm BashPrime.